I grew up in a medical family. My dad was a doctor, my mom was a nurse, and I grew up knowing for sure that I was going to be a doctor. So sure, in fact, that when I left high school, I only applied to medical programs. And about a year and a half in, my brain broke a little bit with all the advanced sciences, and I found out that there's only so far my brain would let me go at that point. I was kind of adrift, and I went home to try to figure out what I was going to do. I had done speech and debate, I'd done mock trial, I'd done Model United Nations, all these sorts of things that I was very successful at. So, well, maybe I'll go to law school. And I found out I had a really good knack for this, for criminal defense work in general. I got picked up by a private firm. I was the head of their criminal division for about 3 years. And then in the summer of 2009, like everybody else in the world, I got laid off. And I had a baby on the way, $0 in my bank account, so I had to open my own firm. And that was how the firm got started. I always say that I think storytelling is the #1 skill that a trial attorney needs. Storytelling isn't just a skill. There's an art to it that you're only going to get either through a natural penchant for it or through practice and crafting and those sorts of things. My family loved going to the movies or watching television. And so we would have nights where we would watch things like Dr. Zhivago and Commando in the same night. And the more into it I could get, the more it would take me out of my head, the more I would find those common sort of experiences to share that would inspire me to do other things. And for me, that love of narrative carries through. The way I had been crafting my trials from the very beginning of my career was I speak to juries in visual images. I speak to them in thematic images. I craft a case like I'm writing a movie, right? I see it in my head as it's a scene, because a scene affects people. And that's really what it's all about, is finding a way to connect to 6 strangers and get them to see it from your angle.